goal was to make it to Cameron's Corner. Fingers crossed we can get there. That does not inspire too much confidence. Full drive. That's a full drive, isn't it? We're bogged, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get us out of this one. We're up early again to catch the sunrise over Lake Menindee, or Menindee Lake, sorry, and it looks like it's going to be a stunner. So we're headed up to Broken Hill this morning, and we've stopped off at a little place called Sunset Strip, which has a population of 40 people, but apparently is used a lot by people that live in Broken Hill for holiday homes. And I mean, look at that. That's where their houses are, all along there. I think the residents, there's about 45 permanent residents, and there's the lake. I mean, a bad little holiday spot. And according to the old trusty Google, they reckon a median house price here is about 220,000. So hey, if you want to live by a lake and you got 220 grand, a bad little location, eh? Not bad at all. Well, we rocked up at the site of what used to be the Quandong Hotel. Obviously nothing left now. This was operating for over 100 years for people travelling between Menindee and Broken Hill, and I think it stopped being in operation in 2000, and then the following year I think it burnt down, so a bit unfortunate. But all that's left now is a pile of rubble and a good old beat up car. The things you see in the Outback, eh? Well, we're well and truly on our way to Broken Hill, probably about maybe 30 k's, 25 k's away. And Outback's starting to change, we're starting to get some nice hills. We just did a really brief stop in Broken Hill just to pick up a few extra supplies, grab another SD card, our front and load, and now we are heading to Silverton, which anyone that's a fan of Mad Max probably recognise or have heard of. It's where a lot of the filming was done for Mad Max 1 and Mad Max 2. Hopefully we can get to the museum later today. And we've made it to a landmark you guys might recognise. The old Silverton sign, eh? On the way into town. Bloody awesome. It's so beautiful out here. We just saw a couple of wild brumbies just walking around, and yeah, now we're going to try to check out the museum. Bloody wicked. Well, we're wandering through Silverton, and compared to what it would have been like 100 years ago, it's looking pretty damn quiet. A couple of sort of little derelict towns. Got the Mad Max Museum back there, which we'll go to later, but it had, I think, nearly 1,500 people here when they discovered silver, and nowadays there's about 50 residents, so quite a bit of a change of pace. Still an awesome spot though, and obviously the tourists keep it alive.
Oh, the turbines? I think they're new.
Yeah, the turbines kind of ruin the scenery. Not a huge fan when they slap them on a hill like that, but anyway. I'm all for green energy, but what does it take to create those turbines? You know, how many resources are they burning to create these monstrous things? I don't know whether solar is more economical and green, but anyway, look, another topic. It's amazing, some of these outback towns. I don't know how people can sort of survive here. I guess you got to be pretty happy with your own company. Even though Silverton does get a lot of tourists and people coming through, I reckon there wouldn't be too much to do here, and I reckon summer would be very hot. Like, you'd be dying. So, I don't know. Don't know. I'm not sure if it's something I could do, but hey, everybody has their thing, right? And here's the iconic Silverton Hotel. Seen that one in plenty of movies. All the nice cars out here though. And I reckon you guys might recognise this. You guys just checked out some of the footage from the Mad Max Museum, which is sick. Some of those cars were bloody awesome. Anyway, we're at the Mundi Lookout, which basically gives you a glimpse of what I mean about Australia is vast. Look at that. That is just infinity of nothing. Absolutely insane. And I don't know if you guys have heard of the Mundi Bash, but it's a music festival that gets held out here. I'll put a photo or something up on the screen so you guys can have a look at what it looks like. But yeah, anyway, a lot of Aussie rockers and classic Aussie music comes out, and you get all these people in caravans pulling up, and yeah, they set a stage up here out in the desert, and yeah, looks bloody awesome. Anyway. Australia, the land of everything and nothing. Hey guys, we've pulled up at the Sundown Trail, it's called, which Lisa's just opening up the gates and getting us ready for the hike. One of the very few dog-friendly spots. And here, the living desert is definitely not dog-friendly. So it's supposed to be a 1.5 kilometre hike. We're staying at a place called The Valley, which is just 2k back down the road as well, so this worked out nice and convenient for us. So yeah, we'll take you guys for a walk, see what it looks like, a little bit of Australian outback. got some footage for you guys of what the Sundown Trail looks like from above. Now we're going to hike it. So here it is. It looks like it's only about an hour to walk, and finally a dog friendly place, as long as they're on leash, which we always do. So, you know, if everyone did the right thing, I don't think our rules would be so bad in Australia, but all it takes is a couple of guys to mess it up for everyone.
Hopefully the camera captures it, but there's a lot of silver pretty much in every single rock. It's a beautiful spot though, look at that.
The top of the Sundown Trail, sorry, not sunset, and what a view it is. You really got to pay respect to the Aboriginal people that lived here, because this is not an easy country to live on. This is some harsh land. There is absolutely nothing. Just nearly rolled my ankle. Absolutely nothing out here, and somehow these guys just managed to get through and not only survive but thrive. So pretty impressive. Looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a climb at the top. Got the young fella leading. More hills, just what we want. Oh, we're almost at the top. Lisa needs a pacemaker, but we're getting there. Zen's knackered. So if it's too hot, I wouldn't be doing this. Anything over 20 degrees, 25 degrees, you'd be struggling. So yeah. Anyway, beautiful spot, guys. I'll show you on a map. Well, that was worth it. Right out there on the horizon you can see Broken Hill, and then besides Broken Hill just nothing for bloody miles. The final descent. And there's the road that we come in on. There guys, so we've landed at the Valley Campground. It's just north of Broken Hill, which is the direction we'll be headed tomorrow. We'll be making our way up towards Tibooburra. Whether we can get that far, we don't know. We don't really know the road conditions. The end goal was to make it to Cameron's Corner. Fingers crossed we can get there. But I just wanted to point out what an amazing campsite. Look at this spot. Absolutely beautiful. Not a bad little place for a camp kitchen, and 20 bucks a night. I'll put a little link up the top so you guys know where this is. $20 a night. Absolutely lovely hosts. We're the guests, and you know, I sent them a message about an hour and a half before we arrived. Asked them if we can make it here. Yeah, not a problem at all. Pay ID'd once we rocked up, and off we went. So the valley north of Broken Hill, if you're looking for somewhere to stay, big thumbs up. It's beautiful. Everyone's knackered. I'm stuffed. Finally had a nice warm shower. Again, the valley. Amazing. This little guy, he's stuffed. He's had a double feed. We've had a feed. Off to bed, and we'll catch this tomorrow. Later, guys. Oh, well, another day. We're up, I don't know what it is, 5th day on the road, I think. We're waking up at the Valley campsite, which I can tell you guys was an absolute freaking ripper. And we had an awesome sunrise this morning. but we were still rolling around in bed, feeling a bit sorry for ourselves, so I didn't get it on footage for you. Sorry guys, but today we'll be heading up to Tibooburra, and then depending on the road conditions, we'll check it out at the visitor centre up there. We'll try to make a push for Cameron's Corner, which for anyone that doesn't know is a intersection where New South Wales, South Australia and the northern and Queensland meet. So 3 states on one corner, so you can technically be in 3 states at once. It's pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, we'll keep you guys posted. There's a couple of spots along the way as well that are dedicated to the Sturt expedition, which, you know, they've got some monuments, there's some cairns, there's some gravestones. We'll see if we can find them. I'm pretty unsure of the road conditions, so, you know, as you guys know, we're in a 2-wheel drive sprinter van, which, even though it's a 2-wheel drive, I can tell you that thing can make it across some insane terrain. And we've taken it 4-wheel driving more than once, but yeah, I just probably prefer not to get bogged and stuffed somewhere in the middle of Australia, but we'll give it a crack.
Well, we're on our way now, heading out to Tibooburra, leaving Broken Hill. Managed to get all our supplies, filled up water, filled up fuel, got everything we need. Missed the sign there, but it was, you know, no fuel for 170 km, so pretty much have to be prepared out here. And this is what we're heading into. Like to know where I should be. And I roll past the fences and the stone. You can hear the world come alive when the gravel starts to fly. Take me out there. 5 minutes ago we were in Red Desert, and now all of a sudden there's grass plains. It's crazy how fast it changes. Guys, we're rolling into Packsaddle now, which is the halfway point between Broken Hill and Tibooburra. Apparently, Roadhouse here is world renowned, so we're about to park. Go check it out. Let's have a look at a nice, authentic country pub. Oh, look at that! You beauty! That looks awesome.
Inside of the Packsaddle Roadhouse. How bloody awesome is that? Good old quality Outback pub. Love it. Wicked.
Heading towards Milparinka, but we just saw a sign that you don't often see. Emergency airstrip is part of the actual road. Look at this. We're literally driving on a runway. How's that? That's bloody nuts. Take me out there,
Another weird and random thing out in the Outback. The tall tree. Yep. You guessed it. Here we are at an old grave, 1886. Eliza Kennedy. He died 6th of January 1886, aged 32 years. Her charity covereth a multitude of sins. Make of that what you will. Anyway, we're still seeing a lot of these bush watermelons just growing anywhere and everywhere randomly. And there's the van. And there's our... That's going to be fun in the van, isn't it? Hopefully the next vlog that you see isn't us just... Please, that's right. Bloody watermelons.
Look at them all.
And here's the one.
And here's the one we got.
pulling into the heritage listed town of Milparinka, which is about 45 k's I think, short of Tibooburra, our next sort of stop. And we'll see if we can get to some of the there's Paul's gravesite
up on Mount Paul. So we'll see if we can get there. I believe he was part of the expedition that perished up here. Having a little wander down, I guess what you'd call the main drag of Milparinka. There's really not much here. Had a chat to the lady at the information centre. She said that there's about 5 permanent residents here and not really too many buildings left standing. This is one of them, which is the original pub, and then there's just a couple of ruins like the stuff we saw over at Silverton. You can at least get some diesel here, which is pretty cool. We'll see if we can get over to the pool memorial. I'm trying to remember what his first name is. I'll put it up on the screen. But he was from the Sturt expedition. He was the second in charge initially, and when he perished, it went to Wills as second in charge. So there's a little bit of history, and yeah, we'll give it a crack. We're in a 2-wheel drive, so you know, some of the roads can be pretty crappy. They didn't seem to know how bad they were at the moment. There's been a little bit of rain around, so it could be a bit precarious, but we'll give it a crack. And the sky don't look the best either, so fingers crossed we ain't getting stuck out here.
Boots in the backseat, road map on the dash, red dust on the spare tire, sun burning fast. We left the last town for a line on the map. Now the whole wide Outback is calling us back.
Just going up the road to get some milk.
Stacking to the sky, every bearing says come on, every turn says right.
Alright guys, well we've made it to Tibooburra. Awesome. I think this is about as far as the tarmac goes. From here in every direction is dirt as far as I know. Let me double check my facts on that. Sometimes I talk a little bit of shit because the stories get mixed up, right? When there's a ton of stuff going on, you get a little bit confused. There's Zen. He just went and peed on the dog.
Stars come out hard over no man's land. You laugh in the headlights.
We're wandering down the main drag of Tibooburra, and I must say, this really does feel like the most remote town in Outback, New South Wales. It is dead. I reckon there's a pub for each resident of the town at this point. It's got like, what, 1, 2, 3 pubs in one area. Not bad for a town of a population of apparently 150, but I don't know how accurate that is. That might be off an old census. Anyway, let's see if we can get a beer. We managed to get a beer at the Tibooburra Hotel. At least that's something. There was absolutely no one inside, so we're the only ones here, but cheers guys. Right there is where we are. So I don't know, we'll see how Cameron's Corner's looking. We're going to ask at the information centre. If it doesn't look good, we might just shoot across the border into Queensland just to say we've done something different. So hang around guys, we'll still take us on a trip. We've turned up at the Historic Reserve Camping Ground, or the LALC Camping Ground, something like that. Anyway, it's managed by the Aboriginal community. Nice spot, not bad. $20 a night. You just pay on the like you do like a bank transfer. There's a little photo at the information board here. Has showers, has flushing toilets, so not bad. And the view's pretty good. Look at that. Lovely. Nice little outback view. And we may be in for a treat. It looks like it might be possible for us to make it to Cameron's Corner. It'll be touch and go. So have a beer for me and wish us luck. Catch us in the morning.
life's crumbled in